Hello. It's your boy here again, and I am not a happy camper today. Like, I'm not even mad. Like, I'm also mad. I'm just disappointed. Alright, before we get started, look down in the description below if you want to start trading stock like the big boys, or if you want to learn how to finance your lifestyle and live how you see the people on Wall Street living. Alright, let's get into the nitty gritty before I lose my mind. Alright, today is January 5th, 2020. And today is the Georgia Senate runoff elections, and for the love of God, I hope we win, because some things gotta start changing around here, and hopefully an administration who cares about things besides their own stuff will actually get stuff done. Why do you think? Why do you say I say that? I am glad you asked. So let's hit you with some numbers. Approximately 19 million people are currently out of work, drawing unemployment. Most of those through no fault of their own. And it's only getting rougher. Food line banks are going down the road, and not everybody's getting food. People be waiting 5, 6 hours in line, and the food runs out. So they have to go home hungry after sitting in their car for 6 hours.
Let's bring in California GOP Congressman.
And it only gets worse from there. These stimulus checks. Alright. Some of y'all been telling me that they've been sending them to different accounts, or you haven't moved and they're mailing you a check when you did direct deposit last time. Unfortunately, that is not uncommon because the entire system is jacked up right now. There's no other way to say that without, a bunch of explicitives. I'm trying to keep this as explicitive free as I can, but God, it's hard right now. Alright. Then, sorry, I'm trying my best here. Like, I'm looking like Hades over here. I'm just mad for mad for mad, because this is our government and it's not really doing anything important. Alright, so let's go to the vaccines. Alright, vaccine rollout is slow. And did I mention slow? At least in my area, who happen to have a bunch of essential workers, doctors, nurses, teachers, the like, we're getting a fair supply of the vaccine because we have to stop people from killing over and dying. But if you live in other places like Cali, Florida, places where, there's not a massive conglomeration of essential workers, if you ain't a healthy adult, or if you're over 65, 75, or a small child, you might get the vaccine around Q3, Q4, late fall, early winter, late winter. That's the general rollout for these vaccines because they're trying to prioritize because we just ain't got enough. And even with our limited supply, people out here that don't want to be vaccinated, fair enough, that's your discretion. I'll keep my opinion to myself. And then you have people out here actively destroying stockpiles of the vaccine on craziness. There's legitly a pharmacist who destroyed dozens, if not hundreds of dozens, of the COVID-19 vaccine because he lost his mind and thought it was going to change people's genetic structures. And I don't know, turn them into lizard people. I'll put that down in the description too. Alright, now we come to the rental assistance, which is, in theory, legislatively, a good idea. But this is the United States government we're talking about. And they gotta find some way to screw it up. Their implicit way to screw this up is North Carolina and other states are already saying, hey, we know the money's coming, but we're not going to get the money until the end of January. You know what happens at the end of January? The eviction moratorium ends at January, the end of January. So, best case scenario, the governments get the money, find some way to vet people, because this is supposed to be for your past rent and help you finance your continuing rent. So they have to find these people, sort through the application, vet these people, and then issue these monies to the people that these people who are behind on rent and utilities owe in less than a week. I'd probably say 5 days. That's not going to happen, especially when the Treasury Department is already saying these state and local governments are gutted. They've had to let people go. They had to decrease budget. There's just no money to fund the personnel to give the states and their constituents the money to survive. It's a cluster. It is a massive, unadulterated cluster. And then, as icing on the cake, we have people who are trying to get mailed their stimulus check because, that's just how it is. The inconsistent U.S. Postal Service is like, well, some of us might, some of us won't. Send government mail that is redirected because you put in a change of address form to your new address. So some people might be getting their stimulus checks to their old address. Yeah, it makes that much sense. I just don't know what to do with our government right now. They messing up and they dropping the ball on so many different ways. Between stimulus, rental assistance, unemployment, things that should be easy are just they're just messing up. Oh, and let me tell you about the SBA. So, the SBA. So, during the CARES Act, the first one, the SBA was told to give grants up to $10,000 for any qualifying small business, side hustle, XYZ. You're supposed to receive a grant and then receive your loan minus your grant. The grant is supposed to be an advance, and if you didn't qualify after they ran credit and everything else, you got to keep the free $10,000 because, hey, we tried, your credit wasn't good enough, and here's some money so you don't, die. The SBA, in its infinite knowledge and its infinite bureaucracy, decided like we're gonna tweak the rules and say that you only get $1,000 per employee. So if you are a sole proprietorship, so that basically means you own your own business and you are the only employee. Instead of getting 10 grand, you got 1 grand, which 1 grand helps, but it ain't the 10 that you were supposed to get. So CARES Act round 2, the one that just passed a little while ago, the revision to the previous CARES Act was supposed to say, hey, we understand what didn't happen last time. Now we're going to give you the remaining balance of your grant. And you can apply for the loan again if you need more money or if you got denied the second time. All right, so the SBA has been mum on that entire situation. They ain't put out a statement, an email, a tweet, or nothing. And until that happens, nobody knows if they're going to honor the law and send you the remaining part of your up to $10,000 grant and let you reapply for the loan or what, because they ain't figured out what they're going to do yet. So that's a cluster. You got these businesses out here who need money to survive. It's that time after Christmas where everybody broke before tax season. That's a massive lull for businesses who are already hurting for revenue. And you just sitting on money because you can't figure out if you're going to follow the law or not. And the SBA is in my opinion, the most bureaucratic, red tape laden system outside of Congress itself. So I'm not surprised, I'm just disappointed. But that's all I got, folks. It's a thing. I'm frustrated. I'm mad. I'm sad. I am disappointed in our country. But if you like the content, if you like the information that I'm giving out, please like and subscribe. Check out the courses down below. Stock trading, XYZ, financing your own lifestyle. Those are down below. Again, I'm PTRO. Wash your hands, wear a mask. I love you, and I'm out.